Despite the rain, camp was set up. Some of us were already exhausted and ready for bed. Friday morning began with an egg bake in the Omnia oven, followed by a freshly roasted coffee in the French press. After hanging around camp for a bit, we decided to pre-run some trails on the NEMAT. This section of the NEMAT is in the Chippewa National Forest. For the most part, my experience with this route is that it is a lot of dirt roads and forest roads and some 2-tracks. I was able to run most of these trails in 2-wheel drive. There were some muddy spots, as you'll see coming up, and definitely some offshoot trails that can be challenging. We just went to Reamer and got ourselves some beverages and some paper towels and some dog supplies at the Dollar General, and now we are headed down. I don't know what road number this is, but it's a mixed-use trail, and it's basically the opposite direction of how we're going to be traveling tomorrow. So this is part of the NEMAT route. It was a nice short drive out to the Ben Draper Fire Tower. Unfortunately, when we got there, we realized that the lower portion of the steps was missing, so we were unable to make the climb. Trail ends.
20698 is the road.
This is where the trail starts to get a little bit muddy, a little bit dicey, and unfortunately it's also where the cameraman hit slow-mo. So let's speed this up a bit. we decided to turn around. It just wasn't worth getting stuck. Just got done with Forest Road 2069A, which turned into a snowmobile trail. So we got off of that, we hit some mud puddles, and now we're back in Reamer. We are trying to find a car wash. We were unsuccessful in finding a car wash, so now we are heading back to camp. We'll stop and get some firewood first, but you know me, if I see a road that I can take, like a low maintenance road or a forest road, we might just hit that. Back at the campground, it was time to get settled in and get ready for our trip with the group on the NEMAT tomorrow. But first, a little playtime with Freya.
Here we go.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Jim?
Trying to see it. If it's cooked or not. That's cooked. Get out of there.
Is it heavy?
Yeah.
At the Clint Converse State Forest Campground, there's 31 campsites. There is a fee that's required at this campground. It's $17 a night. We just took off from outing and we are headed on the NEMAT, which is the Northeastern Minnesota Adventure Trail. You can find their website. He just created a website, so you can find their website and download maps and help support Jake, who created this trail. So we are headed out with a group. We're a group of 5 rigs, 2 trailers in the group. We've got 2 full-size rigs, my Jeep, another Jeep, and a Land Rover. So we'll see how we do on this route. Yesterday we took it out. We took a small portion of the trail, and there were quite a few muddy spots. But overall, it was a nice little trail. So I'm hoping that this route is going to be a good time, and hopefully we'll see some pretty views. Weather is absolutely perfect. So looking forward to having a good time and meeting some new people. Sorry about the obnoxious tire rub noise. I had gotten new tires a couple of weeks ago prior to this trip, and they were causing some issues as I weighted down my Jeep with equipment and with pulling the trailer. on this side, but these are brand new, and since I got them, I got the fender, or the rub.
Okay.
There's a wire back there. But still, I think we're still gonna get some rub.
I think it's in the front more than in the back.
Can I use that again?
Don't cut your hand. You want me to do it? Try and see what it does.
Yeah. Wait, can you lean on that one more time? Oh yeah, I feel like it should be a lot tighter than that. Unfortunately, cutting those pieces out of the inner fender liner didn't really make much of a difference. It began to get later in the day, and we started looking for our evening campsite. We stopped for fuel, and I noticed this. Because I didn't know the source of this oil leak, we decided that we would depart from the group and camp on our own and head home in the morning. evening, we were treated to an incredible night sky. And we awoke to a beautiful sunrise on the Mississippi River. This is mine. This is my perfect pancake.
Flip it again. Come on.
No,
Flip
that's not how it works.
it. I missed it.
Look at this is the perfect pancake. This is the perfect pancake. Yummy. I love it when it's got like the golden crisp on it. That's why I use good old corn oil or vegetable oil. It's like, it's not really pancakes, it's like deep fried sweet bread. Oh yeah, like these little crunchies right here. Yeah. That's the best part. Agree or disagree? There is nothing better than waking up in the morning at camp and just being able to take your time getting ready, cooking breakfast, relaxing. It's one of the advantages of camping solo, as well as one of the advantages of having a trailer that you can base camp from. All right, so last night we decided to set up at a campsite right off the Mississippi River. And now we're enjoying our morning breakfast and coffee. It was a beautiful night last night. Perfect weather for sleeping. The sky was perfectly clear. There were no clouds. And I slept pretty good. It was really nice. This morning I heard some kerplunk in the water. So I don't know if it was a beaver or a duck or what it was, but that's pretty much all the wildlife that we heard this morning. So no bears or wolves or anything like that, or coyotes. So it was really nice. This morning was absolutely beautiful, as you can see. We're going to be heading out today. We'll pack up and hit the road. We are cutting our trip short because of some type of leak that my Jeep has. I don't know if it's the oil filter or the housing around the bell housing around the transmission. I don't know. I looked under there. You'll see a video clip of that, but not really sure what the problem is. So, but I don't think we should continue on. So the group went dispersed camping in another location about 20 miles away last night, and we just decided to stay here because I just didn't want to drive the Jeep any more than I have to. So we're about 3 hours away from home right now. So we're just going to enjoy this beautiful view and this beautiful morning, and then we'll head up. She loves her daddy. After goofing around with the cameras and the drone and the dogs, it was time to clean up breakfast. So here's our campsite, right on the water. That's the Mississippi right there. Pretty cool. We were the only ones here last night. It's not really a lot of room for other rigs, but so it's basically a loop that's a turnaround, and not a lot of level ground here. But the one spot that is open and fairly level, we picked. So somebody could probably camp here too. This is fairly level here. I would just worry about some of these trees coming down. Hey, what's this? An insect trap. Spongy moth program. Oh, okay. Invasive spongy moth. So this is the entrance to the little turnaround / campsite. Gets a lot narrower. I think we got some video of that. Looks like there's a down tree here. So yeah, some of these spots I wouldn't camp. I wouldn't camp up ahead there because there's a couple of dead trees. So if there was a storm or high winds, you might have a tree on you. But otherwise, I was thinking that would be a cool place for a rooftop tent, but not so cool with a dead tree there. So pretty overgrown. I'm guessing it doesn't get used a lot. So here's the full circle. This is where we camped last night. That's what we woke up to this morning. Hear all the birds. What a blessing. Okay. The ice co is having problems. It is, for some reason, 9 degrees on the refrigerator side and 29 degrees on the freezer side, which is opposite of what it should be. It's never done this before, so I'm gonna try to look up some settings and see what is going on. So I turned off the refrigerator hoping that it would reset, and it looks like the temperature on the refrigerator side is climbing and the freezer side is getting colder. So hopefully that worked. I think the dogs were ready to go home, but before we left, we wanted to make sure that we left the campsite cleaner than when we got there. Some of you have asked how long it takes me to set up and take down the rooftop tent. If I'm by myself, it can take anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes to tear it down, depending on whether or not I've set up the annex. Setting it up takes a little bit longer. When I have help, it's really only about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how much of a hurry we're in. We definitely have packed up this tent in 15 minutes when a big storm has been rolling in.